Hello and welcome to Mind of the Modern Cam. This is Cameron Lee Michael, your host. This week we have a healthcare bill that has passed the House on its way to the Senate. We've got a lot of people worried and complaining and distraught over whether their healthcare is going to go away, whether it's coming back, whether they're going to be able to afford what's going on in the future. So I'd like to skew away from that a little bit this week, though, and talk about school lunches, a subject that has been championed by former First Lady Michelle Obama. And so let's get to it.
Teachers are coming, so make your plans. You can try to stop it if you think you can. Just a little conversation with my common man. So welcome to the mind of the modern Cam. Welcome to the mind of the modern Cam. Welcome to the mind of the modern Cam.
Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue has taken steps Monday to roll back the school lunch requirements, the standards for which food is provided to our kids in public education. It seems to me that this is yet another step backwards, moving away. There's plenty of time for sweets and for high salt content food to be provided to our kids at home and abroad. Why do we need to have our standards continually rolled back? It's been something of a new experience for me with my son in kindergarten now, that his school has higher standards than I've ever seen before. Not only with what they're allowed to provide as a purchased lunch at school, but what we're allowed to pack for school, what kind of packed lunch, sack lunch he's allowed to have. There's no cookies and there's no chips, things like that were and have been standards for lunches through as long as people have been packing a lunch and going to work or going to school or whatever. And it was a little bit different for me. It was not the norm. And I've seen better eating habits out of my son. So this is coming to the end of his first full year, and he's trying new things, better things, and I attribute that a lot to the standards that are set by his school. So I feel like what's happening right now, rolling back standards for the food that they're providing to our public education, is kind of a big setback. We've taken the steps forward, and now we're taking steps back. And if someone has a new idea, that's great, but just changing it for the sake of change is what seems to be happening now. To come full circle on this week's episode, with healthcare in the forefront of most people's political thoughts, when we eat better, we're healthier, and when our children eat better, they will be healthier. When we all have the opportunity, from whether it's our lunch to healthcare services, we're all going to be better off. So let's pay attention to what happens in the coming weeks in the Senate, and we'll do the best we can with what we have in front of us. Pay attention. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think.